Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. One of the biggest hits of 2019 in the automotive industry, of course, was the Kia Seltos. Just a few months after its launch in India, the Seltos took the Kia brand to one of the top positions in the country. According to reports, Kia occupied the third position in the Indian market, which tells us that it is indeed a huge success story. We obviously don't know if the son of the Hercules would have loved the Seltos, but the sons and daughters of many Indian parents certainly have loved it. Now though, it's time for the Seltos to shine in other markets. From this year, the Seltos will be available in the United States as a 2021 model. So, let's take a brief look at what's on offer, starting with the dimensions. Speaking of which, the dimensions vary depending on the market for obvious reasons. The American Seltos measures 53 mm longer, which has resulted in an additional wheelbase of 18 mm. The width of 1800 mm remains the same, and so is the height of 1615 mm without roof rails. In fact, the height varies depending on the wheel and tire sizes. As for the styling, it may look identical to the Indian Seltos or the Seltos sold in South Korea, but if you look closely, you will notice some subtle yet important changes, especially at the front, and that is because the Seltos in the United States is available with all-wheel drive, which means changes had to be made for better approach angle for some light off-roading. You can't do rock crawling with this all-wheel drive obviously, but you will have a lot more grip on the roads or at places where there are no roads. As for ground clearance, the all-wheel drive Seltos has 7.3 inches or 185 mm of it, which is 5 mm less than the Indian Seltos. Interestingly, the Seltos in South Korea is also available with all-wheel drive, but it doesn't get any design changes at the front. The rest of the vehicle, including the rear end, is almost identical to the Seltos sold elsewhere. Depending on the variant, exterior features include LED headlamps, LED fog lamps, LED tail lamps, and 18-inch alloy wheels. The sunroof is optional on the range-topping SX model. Inside, the dashboard design is slightly different compared to the Indian Seltos. Here, the design of the central air vents is different, and so is the floating infotainment system and the instrument cluster housing. What is also different is that the American Seltos doesn't get a flat bottom steering wheel for reasons beyond my understanding. I think a flat bottom should have been standard for all markets. Anyway, other features include a 7-inch digital instrument cluster, a 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, Bose audio system, auto AC, 10-way power adjustable driver seat, and a lot more. The lot more comes in the form of active safety and driver assistance features such as forward collision avoidance assist, driver attention warning, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, blind spot collision avoidance assist, rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist, safe exit assist, and smart cruise control with stop and go. Passive safety includes front airbags, side curtain airbags, and front seat mounted side airbags. Moving on to the business end of the story, the Seltos in America is offered with a choice of two petrol engines. The 2-liter 4-cylinder petrol engine produces 146 horsepower and 179 Nm of torque and is paired with a CVT. There's also a 1.6-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with 175 horsepower and 264 Nm of torque. This engine is paired with a 7-speed DCT. It appears that at launch there is no manual transmission on offer. As mentioned before, the Seltos in America is available with all-wheel drive system with a lock mode for low-speed traction in poor road conditions. It can split the power 50-50 to the front and rear wheels at the push of a button. Unlike the complicated list of variants offered in India, there are about 5 main variants to choose from. Prices start at $21,990 and goes all the way up to $27,890. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys think Kia should offer all-wheel drive Seltos in the Indian market too. And as always, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and talk to you guys in the next video.